Hi there, this is Dr. Tech recording ways to ensure a certain level of privacy when you need to turn on your webcam for classes. So the first trick, all of these are either very low cost or it is entire free depending on what you have in your household. And we are not talking about anything that's expensive. So the first thing is if webcam is required, the first thing you can do is to do what we always do because of COVID-19, which is to have face covering. So right here, I do not even have a proper mask. I just have a long sleeve sweater, okay, clothing. Just do it like this, right? And then you use your sleeves to kind of tie behind your back, tighten them, and now you have a certain degree of privacy, okay? Because, as they say, the eyes are the window of your soul, or something like that, right? I mean, as long as the eyes are visible, everything should work, even proctorial. So there we go. And some of you may be concerned about the background. And as you can see, my background is almost like in a Borg cube, okay? And, some people do not like it. They don't want to show what is in the background. And here I have a trick for you too. And it's almost free depending on what you have, okay? So the first thing is to put on a backpack. So I have a backpack right here, okay? And you probably want to empty the backpack first, because, this works because I have a standing desk. In other words, I don't have a seat cover behind me. So with a standing desk, you have certain options don't work anymore because you can buy, I think for $30 or so, you can buy a green background that can attach to the back of a chair. But if you have a standing desk arrangement, you're actually standing in front of your computer. So that option doesn't work. So this solution is really kind of cool. And you go like, hey, how can the backpack help me, right? Wait until I get my next tool or next prop. There we go. Give me a second here. And here we have it. Okay, so this is an umbrella. Okay, it's a very compact umbrella. So you want to pick one that has a shorter handle. Okay, because the shorter the handle, the better. Because you don't want the handle to, well, okay, you will see. You don't want the handle to be too long. Okay, in other words, don't go for those super large golf umbrellas because they're not going to work very well. So this one does. Okay, so I'm gonna pop it open like that. Okay, so now you see my background. Guess what? Now you don't. Yeah, isn't that cool? So you go like, well, does that mean I have to hold on to the umbrella the entire time, when I'm taking an hour and 20-minute long synchronous class? The answer is, well, if that's what you want to do, sure, why not? Umbrellas are relatively light, and most of the weight is actually on your shoulder, and you might want to pull it forward, just so that it's kind of snug. But if you're like me and go like, but I still need to type, okay, I still need to do other things, then what you do is you get some kind of I just use my microfiber towel, cloth, whatever for cleaning stuff. You can use whatever you want, okay? And you can even choose to use things that are fashionable. So you will hear some rustling because my mic is right next to it. Okay, so I'm not sure whether you can see or not. So I just got the towel under the one strap of my backpack, and then I'm just gonna make a knot here. See, right there, make a knot, tighten up a little bit like that, and pull the umbrella forward. And if you want to, you can have two of these, setups. That will basically make sure that the umbrella stays in place, for the entire meeting, for the entire class, or whatever, whatever you need to do. So combined with the face covering. Okay, let me see how whether we can combine those features. There we go. And you can see that my umbrella stays sort of in place, and it does swing around a little bit. Okay, yeah, but depending on how you rotate the camera, I mean, rotate the umbrella, that might actually stay in place for the entire time. Cool. So now we take my long sleeve shirt and just kind of do the same thing. Oh, these two actually work really well together. Look at that, huh? So now I have almost complete privacy, even though my webcam is on. Okay. Now, whether this is going to work for you or not, is entirely up to your professors, your policy, which I do not know. Okay, so you got to make sure that your professor is okay with this kind of a setup. But technically, the webcam is on. Okay, and technically, the other side, you can actually see my face, even though part of it is covered. But if I lie, my eyes will tell you, right? So let's try that. I am Tom Cruise. See right there, you can see that I'm lying just by looking at my eyes. So this is all very cool. So the only piece is, with the backpack one, I mean the backpack and the umbrella, you might need to refine the technique a little bit to make it attach a little bit more securely. But for the most part, if I'm not moving around, okay, it stays pretty much in place. And you can also use two instead of one knot, okay, and that would pretty much make it stay in place. And then obviously you want your backpack to be relatively light and empty. Um, you can probably even use this approach when you're sitting on a chair. As long as your backpack is the soft type, the fabric type, and is empty, it should be okay for the most part. Okay, but your umbrella is going to be behind the chair, the back of the chair, so you might need a slightly bigger umbrella in that case. So that's it. That's my little trick here, and I hope you find this useful.